Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Tuesday, May 11th, 2021. Really, seriously, I can't even talk. Did you see the freak show today? The freak show today. I have so much to talk about right now. Get comfortable because this is big. And I'm hoping it's not going to be too long. I'm going to get to the point as I usually do. Let's start off with the market today. Okay. A sell-off pretty much across the board, but did you see the NASDAQ? The NASDAQ went from being down over 2% to finishing nearly flat. A lot of buying here. Again, as I have explained to you, this is not the average guy or the average girl trader out here. These are institutions, and institutions are going to continue to buy because the Federal Reserve, for which we seriously need to talk about in just a little bit here, is buying it all. It's a crime in progress, like I have spoken about for a very, very long time, and nobody's calling the Fed out, and they won't either because they're the real government. So let's go back to the market here. So a sell-off here, okay, whatever. What does it mean? Is this the big one? Are we about to go to zero? Is this the crash that everyone's been hoping for or talking about or people are predicting to the day? How about no? How about absolutely not? And we're going to talk more about that too. Let us move forward first here. Silver put on a nice gain today. Gold put on a fractional gain. The dollar suffered another loss. Imagine how surprised I am about that. 10-year yield stable, but crude oil, did you see what happened to crude oil today? As we all know, if you followed my work from earlier today, crude was getting hit this morning. Not only did it recover nicely, but it went positive. And do you know why? Well, because there's unrest in the Middle East. You know, these people are firing rockets at these people, and these people are threatening to do something else. It's the same story in that part of the world. And, you know, look, we all understand, I think, at least, what's really going on here. Hey, let's see. We need crude oil to get propped up a little bit. Can you fire a few hundred rockets over into Tel Aviv? Exactly. You know, I mean, seriously, this is where we're at in time and space here. So, again, nothing is what it seems, and you all know that. Cryptocurrencies today turned around very nicely, getting a bit higher across the board. Dash is like 420 last time I looked. I am still hoping for a pullback. It looks like I'm not going to get one anytime soon, but okay, whatever. That's just the way it goes. I will continue to buy more. I am a pretty big bull here, as you all know, with regard to cryptocurrencies, and especially Dash as of late. Now, I want to talk about a whole bunch of things here. I'm almost out of paper. What am I going to do? What am I going to do when I run out of paper? Anyway, so I really don't know where to begin because so much happened today. It's absolutely insane. I already spoke about the NASDAQ wild ride. I wrote that right here on the top. No duh today, although there probably will be one. So actually, how about this one? We all know Fed President Loretta Mester. She, to me, go look up Fed President Loretta Mester. I dare you. And if you can look at that woman's face, a picture, and not say she's literally sent from hell because she looks like a demon, seriously, well then I don't know. But anyway, this is what Fed President Loretta Mester had to say today, that the Federal Reserve's easy money policy is not risky. Now, it's interesting the way she put that. Is not risky. Is not risky for who is the question. We understand the Fed's buying it all. You know, maybe we'll talk about that real quick. Let me ask you a question because I'm not too smart. And I want you to answer this. I want you to focus on what I'm about to tell you or say here. So we all understand that we are in an epic housing hyper bubble, okay? Houses are selling for many thousands of dollars over the price people are listing them for. There's some kind of a housing mania going on here. It's clear as day, right? All you realtors out here will probably say, hey, you know what, Greg's right. Let me ask you this, because again, I'm not too smart. Tell me again why the Federal Reserve every single month is buying at least $40 billion of mortgage-backed securities. Very interesting, wouldn't you say? So what the Federal Reserve is doing, again, this is a crime in progress. By buying all this, they're creating artificial demand, hyperinflating the housing market, which is in a super bubble. You understand? Why do you think that despite the fact that we're in some kind of a rip-roaring housing bubble, boom, and people, again, are paying more than the listing price for homes, and they can't get enough of them, why is it that the Federal Reserve is creating all this demand? Why are they buying all of these mortgage-backed securities? My take is because they want to own it all. Again, the Federal Reserve has no business today doing this. There's no reason to spark demand with regard to housing. You understand? They've artificially inflated this bubble, in my opinion, on purpose, because they're going to do what they did last time. It really worked out well. When the housing market melted down, okay, they went in there and took everyone's homes, kicked them out, kept those mortgage-backed securities on their books, hyperinflated a bubble again, and look what they're doing now. It's astonishing to me that the Federal Reserve is being allowed to buy $40 billion a month of mortgage-backed securities in an environment like this, and not one member of Congress, not the president either because he's brain dead, or anyone else, is even saying, hey, what's going on here? Anyway, isn't that just lovely? Okay, let us move forward here. This is kind of interesting too. So this is a guy here, is a billionaire hedge fund manager, Stanley Druckenmiller. He is saying, you ready, that Fed easy money policy is the Fed simply monetizing the debt. Essentially, are you ready for this? Buying it all. Buying it all, people. Who's been telling you that? Since time immemorial. How about me? But to hear it come out of this guy's mouth, I almost fell out of my chair. And he goes on to say, what the Federal Reserve is doing is totally inappropriate. Now, speaking about this guy here, Stanley Druckenmiller, he's a major cryptocurrency bull, by the way, and he's all in on cryptos. I think that's pretty damn awesome. Now we have another one here, another billionaire we heard from today, Ray Dalio, and this is what he said: the Fed's current money printing is keeping him up at night. Very interesting too, wouldn't you say? I would say it's crazy. Anyway, what here? We heard from two other creatures today, Federal Reserve presidents. Federal Reserve Evans said, I love when they say this, the Fed's goals will take quite some time to reach. What goals are these? What is their goals other than to own it all? And then we had this. This is a stunning admission today, just right at the end of the day on CNBC. Federal Reserve President Bullard. Not all inflation is going to be temporary. Duh. I think that deserves a big fat duh, don't you think? Anyway, anyway, look, what I want to hear from you, what do you think about the situation that the Federal Reserve is creating right now? Again, the demand for housing right now has inflated a massive bubble. Absolutely. Why do you think they're buying at least $40 billion a month in mortgage-backed securities, creating artificial demand here? They must be doing this deliberately to hyperinflate a housing bubble. You understand? And what do we know about bubbles? They all come crashing down at one particular time. And who's going to get left holding the bag? The people are, not the Federal Reserve. Lovely yet again. Could you imagine? Could you imagine living in an environment like this where I don't think one single member, our policymakers, the government, has ever mentioned to, I don't know, a Federal Reserve president or Yellowstone Federal Reserve chair, why are you buying all these mortgage-backed securities, sir? Why is the Fed buying all these mortgage-backed securities when we have a housing boom or a bubble or whatever hell you want to put it? Why are you creating all this demand? Why are people having to pay over list price to buy a home right now? Because you're buying it all, aren't you? Just like this billionaire hedge fund manager said, the Fed's buying it all. Greg Mannarino, yet again. I've been telling you this for the longest freaking time. It's unbelievable, people. I don't know. It's just unbelievable to me, honestly. Oh, how about this? Lastly, I want to share this with you. So we all understand that, the cost of energy is going higher. So bulk shipping is now at a multi-decade high. And I have some news for you. It's going higher. Oh, yes, it is. Now, there's gasoline shortages showing up because of the pipeline. It had a cyber attack. It was a cyber attack. It was Russia, too. You know that. Of course it was. Duh. Anyway, look, this was no cyber attack. This is just some kind of mechanism to, again, hide inflation, as you all know. Now, before I let you go, I want to let you in on a little bit of news, a little bit of fun news, okay? Tomorrow night, 7 p.m., tomorrow night, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I am going to be live on a show, and I want you to tune in. It's called The Barrel Buddies. I've been on the show a couple of times. I love it. I absolutely love being on that show. So I hope you chime in. It's going to be live. And I'm going to put a link to the Barrel Buddies in the description of this video. You want to do me a favor, please? I really like these guys. I want to help them build their channel. So if you would, right now, okay, so you can get notified, click on the link to the Barrel Buddies show, subscribe to their channel, and hit the little bell so you'll be notified when they have work that comes out. You're going to love these guys. They are fantastic. A lot of fun. And I'm really looking forward to this. So tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live, I'm going to be on the Barrel Buddies, and I am looking forward to it. And I really hope to see you there, especially because it's live. We get people chiming in. We get questions. We get all kinds of fun stuff. And I am hoping to see all of my lions there, okay? And I'm hoping my lions, all of you, are going to subscribe to the Barrel Buddies, okay? All right, with that said, people, I'm going to let you go. And I really do want to hear from you. Please place comments relating to the stuff I covered here with the Federal Reserve, mortgage-backed securities, what's going on here. It's so twisted. It's a freak show. But I promise to read the comments, and I'm really looking forward to that too. This guy loves you a lot. I mean that. And I will see you tomorrow morning. I'm out of here.